So we're back in Payday. Crimefest is upon us. Overkill's thank you for supporting them event. And they've added a couple things, as masks, this new mission, which is Aftershock, where you have to steal things from inside here, which we'll see when that door opens. And then deliver them to a thing. It's the new mission. It was free. Basically, Crimefest is supposed to be a big thank you for everyone for all their support on, like, oh, there's a second truck, on the hype train and things like that. Just a big week-long event of thank yous and free stuff that everyone can enjoy. That cop killed my guards. Well, there's only one problem, is that one of the things they announced, which has everyone kind of upset, is a micropayment option. They have, at the end of missions, when you get the card flip to get like a mod, money, experience, things like that, there's now a chance you can get a safe. And you pop open the safe, and there's a chance to get a custom skin for your gun. Some of them are just cosmetic, some of them have stat bonuses, and some of them are just entire pre-made builds for the gun, and they're all pretty good if there's bonus stats. The downside is these drills cost money to open these safes, so it's objectively better guns locked behind a paywall. People are kind of upset, and understandably so. I mean, it kind of sucks that something that is better is locked behind a $sign. One of the biggest things everyone brings up is a quote from Alamir from Overkill, I think in May of 2013. He basically goes, Payday2 will have no microtransactions whatsoever. Mind you, this is in like 2 years and 5 months, almost 2.5 years ago that he said this. So I'm willing to give him leeway there. Like, Payday2 was an entirely different beast back then. Like, it wasn't nearly as popular. I think that was before they even announced that they were going to keep supporting it for 2 more years. So I will give him a pass on that statement. Let's pop this open. By the way, speaking of safes, there's one right there. So that I'm not too concerned about. Where's the other car at? Is it over here? The thing that kind of bothers me is the stat buffs. Blow this guy up. Because these aren't just like 1 or 2 stats in this. It can be like up to like 4 stats in damage. Having bonuses in agility, or not agility, in stability and accuracy. All these things that kind of matter in this game. It has the potential to feel like, well, you can't really get the best guns unless you spend money. And if you don't, you're going to be worse than all your friends. There we go. So that's, come on, normal difficulty, you can do stupid shit like this. There we go. So that's the paywall concern. Now, the community has lost their mind because of this. They have, there we go. They have intentionally lowered the score on Metacritic of Payday down to a 5.2. It was probably like, I think in the 8s or 9s. It's now a 5.2 on Metacritic, which is really shitty. I mean, that's really bad. That's on par with like some of the worst games that people have considered ever made bad. And they've also lowered the, like, as of right now, the score on Steam is down to an 8.1. It was in the 9s as well. And not only that, if you're found to be supporting this by buying a drill, opening things, having custom skins, and you're in a lobby with somebody, about 90% of the games, if you have a custom skin, someone's going to kick you out of the game because they don't support you buying that, which that's really rough on the community. That puts a huge divide on your player base, the have and the have-nots. The have-nots are taking it personally that someone spend their money to get better guns. They're doing a pay-to-win. Come on, shoot these cops. There we go. So, I don't think it's going to go away. Like, so far, Overkill has just said that they're going to wait until the Crimefest is over to address any concerns anybody happens to have. Where are the grenades at? They're down there. So, it's not going to go away. It's probably going to be here to stay. So how can we fix this? I mean, if you look at other games that have microtransactions like Hearthstone and like, say, HOTS, even Dota. Let's look at Dota first. They have microtransactions for skins, which is very similar to what's going on here. Well, in Dota 2, those skins are purely cosmetic, which if that was the case here, I don't think there'd be so much as a backlash because it isn't something that improves your gun. It doesn't give you a number that means your number is better than someone else's number. If you look at Hearthstone and HOTS, where they have an option to buy something that makes you better, like you can buy heroes or cards that are objectively better than the ones you can't get, making you a better player, there's other ways to get them without spending real money. You can earn in-game currency. Can we take my saw back? Thank you. Oh my god. You can earn in-game currency to to purchase the things that you would need. So you can get cards with in-game gold, you can get heroes with in-game gold, etc., etc. So there are other options to do there that would like actually kind of help here, especially in Payday where you have a lot of different ways to get random loot. You can make it so it's your offshore account, which everyone has a bunch of because it's either only to buy missions and go infamous. So that money kind of stacks up really quick. You have the card flip at the end of the mission, end of every mission. You could add a drill there, not only saves, and that would kind of ease on the backlash a little bit. So that's two things you could do right off the bat with like using the in-game stuff to get more drops, or to put drills to make people less upset. Not even like there's even more. Like a few updates ago, they added the weekly and the monthly challenge, or I'm sorry, the weekly and the daily, not monthly, challenge of the game, where it's do mild objectives in the game to get a reward of a mod and some money. It's a mod for a weapon of your choice. It's still a random mod. You could have one of the daily quest options in a mod be a drill. I'm gonna hit this guy. There we go. My great accuracy on this gun. You could have one of the weekly quests. You have them just be a drill. You can just have a chance for drill, like mod or chance for drill. You can have it just. There's lots of different ways you can do it. Like even spend your offshore account. I think the best way to do it would be give it a percentage chance on the flip at the end of the mission, because that gives you a relatively even chance. Like you could even play the numbers. You can make it so if someone plays on normal, like and they're just spammy missions, they have a less % chance to get drills on like a lower difficulty. You can increase the % chance on higher difficulties to make them harder to get and keeping people from like kind of scamming the system. That way, you still have your pay-to-win option of, you know, like I want to spend $250 to get a skin that might have a better stat to make my guns like notably better than everyone else, but you'll still have the option where I don't want to spend money. Screw that. Like my money's hard earned. I'm going to instead play the game to get the things I need to try to get skins, which would be more fair. That gives you a chance to actually get the skins without having to fork over $2.50, which may not seem like a lot of money, but with the fact that these skins can and cannot have a bonus stat on them, and I'm not even sure like the skins that you get have a hard stat set into. From what I understand, I could be wrong, that if say I get a skin for this rifle, and it's one of the, not the common ones, I think it has to be rare or better to have a stat on it. Not legendary, legendaries are the pre-built guns themselves. So it has to be rare or better to have a stat into it, like I believe it goes into like ability to actually damage one of those, but I don't think it has a set of which one it can be, nor like how good it is, which means it's more RNG to add to it. So that's more chances for you to farm. So we're looking at a chance where you're gonna pop open a safe after you spend $3. You're not gonna get a skin with a stat on it. You're not gonna get a skin for a gun you like. Because if I got a skin like the minigun, I wouldn't use that. I don't like the minigun. I still wouldn't use the minigun even if it had +3 damage. That's not an enjoyable gun for me to use. But then I'll just say I spent like $100, opened a bunch of like safes, like, and none of them had anything I want. That's a huge waste of money, at least in my eyes. Say I'm playing as someone, like I'm someone else and I just want to use the in-game currency only, I don't feel so bad that I've like spent offshore account money, that I've like wasted card drops, stuff like that for the safes, because like there's a like percentage that I may or may not get a bonus stat for a gun I like. It gives me a reason to play more. It gets more of an incentive to keep playing because like, hey, you might get a better gun that's only a little bit better. Like 4 or 5 in a stat isn't a huge deal regardless, but the fact that it's locked behind the paywall makes it a big deal. Because 4 agility on a gun, or 4 accuracy on a gun, I don't care. 4 damage on a gun, not a huge deal. Like 4 stability, like that doesn't matter. Like damage might matter if like, you're trying to go a stealth build and you need like that 4 extra damage, but all in all, stealth, like not stealth, all in all damage of like 4 isn't a lot. So like those numbers, they don't matter that much to me. What really bothers me is that you can't get it unless you spend money, which is what everyone seems to have a problem with. I will forgive them from saying that Payday will have no microtransactions whatsoever back in May of 2013. Because back then they figured they would stop supporting this game a long time. Like, it wouldn't be supported until then. Like, till now. Now they plan to go 2 more years. It's not a huge deal. But they wanted to probably find a way to have more money trickle in besides having to wait till they release DLC packs like characters and gun packs and melee weapon packs of things that people don't necessarily need or want. Like the last thing they had was, I believe, medieval weapons, which like that's neat, but not a necessity. Like meleeing isn't something that comes up very often. They had the Yakuza character before that, which if you didn't really like his kit, you wouldn't buy him, so that's more money they would be missing out on, where they had to spend in development. But all that doesn't really... That's all the safes. There's a fourth safe. Well, shit. But that doesn't really justify them kind of shysting you out of more money. I think rewarding people for playing and having the pay to cosmetic option there would kind of help everyone out. It'd be like, okay, you can get drills in a drop. You can get drills. Oh, that's a lot of dudes. That's even more dudes. All right. Dodge build. Save me. I need to find one more safe. There's either another truck somewhere or I left one behind. I don't think I left one behind. We'll find out soon enough. There it is. I have to go up. I don't think there can be 3 trucks. No, I left one behind. That's fine. By the way, the way you're supposed to do this mission is get the truck out, drive over here, and pick them all up. That way you're not lugging them back and forth. But at least on this difficulty, it's easy enough to move these safes, so it's not a huge deal. To just pick them up and throw them and walk. I mean, you're not even like largely encumbered like you usually are with like the nukes or things like that. But we're back to skins and microtransactions. It's kind of dirty. It kind of feels like a fuck you to the community for something that's supposed to be part of an event where it's all free, available to everyone. Now the question is, what are you going to do? Are you going to keep playing Payday? Will you keep supporting them? And is this going to influence you playing the game at all? I've already said that some people have already gone out of their way to destroy the Metacritic score. They are trying to lower the Steam score, which, I mean, that does affect people wanting to buy the game. Like right now it's 90% off, but if I see it's 90% off, but it has a Metacritic score of 5.3, I'm like, maybe it's 90% off because it's not good. Wait for the helicopter. Okay, that's where I'm at now. Maybe I don't want to buy it now because we've lowered the Steam score down to like a 10, from a 10 down to like a 6 or a 7, which that does influence people's decisions when I buy it. Especially when they read why you don't enjoy it and why there's so many people like, this guy has 1,200 hours, but he doesn't like it. Why is that? So, I don't know. It's a personal question. Me, I'll keep playing Payday. I'm not going to spend money on a drill. That just seems kind of shitty. I'll question whether or not I want to pick up any more DLCs that come out for the game. Especially if they're weapon packs, because if they keep this up, it could lead into like the worst case scenario where safes will have skins in them for masks, or for armor, or for melee weapons, and they increase your concealment, they'll increase your armor, increase your health. That's like the worst case scenario. Or they release a weapon pack where the weapons are only like subpar, but they have legendary skins which make them amazing. So it'd be a DLC you have to pay for, plus having the chance to get a skin to make the weapon be like better than everything else they have. So it's more money you have to invest. And it seems unlikely because generally Overkill, they have been pretty good with their community with like the free things they've done and with the DLC they've had, but with the microtransactions, anything is possible. Right now we're waiting for a helicopter to come pick up this thing so we can't drive out because there's been an earthquake. I'm gonna shoot this sniper. Let's switch to a pistol. There you go. Good old Beretta knockoff. Bop, 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 bop. So that, all in all, that's about it. I've seen a couple pictures of the skins. I've seen one for Desert Eagle that makes... It's, I believe, a rare, it's a legendary, but I don't think it's one of the top tier legendaries. But it makes the Desert Eagle have about 200 damage, like some more accuracy, some more stability. It's nothing great because you can actually build better than that with the mods you have. But it's a skin plus a thing. It's a decent build for the Eagle, for the Deagle. We done yet? Where the hell's my helicopter? Besides that, the only other ones I've seen, because no one's really posting what skins they have for the people who are buying skins. They're not really showing pictures of what they are, what they do. The only ones I've seen are like +4 agility on one thing for a rifle, which I think is on the website, which everyone's seen. I keep saying agility. By agility I mean accuracy. +4 accuracy on a rifle. And there's also, let's do this here and do one of those there. There you go, heal up. And besides that, that's about it. Now, also depending upon what those skins are, and there's no master list yet of what they all are, what the stats can be, So far, none of them have been on the guns that are already kind of broken and overpowered. Like the Car 4, the AM whatever. The grenade launcher, the rocket launcher. We already have broken guns. So it's not like 4 damage or even 10 damage will change the game in any way. It's a cooperative game. So you gotta remember that. There's no PvP, so all this won't really change the game in any way. So it all comes down to what you think is and isn't, I guess, the right thing to do for them as a company. So far, I might still keep playing Payday. I don't think this will put me off from it a lot. It may put me off to whether or not I'm going to buy more DLCs. It may put me off to whether or not I'll play it as much as I used to. I mean, 400 hours isn't as much as most people, but it's a decent amount of time built in this game. So we'll see. I'm going to wait till the end of Crimefest to see what they have to say about it. See what else they add. If they eventually do add a way to get drills that isn't money, I won't mind playing it more. Because there'll be a way if I can do it without having to spend money. Let's see if I get a safe. First time I did this mission, I got a safe. I did not get a safe. Alright. So yeah, that's it. That's Payday. There's some updates. There's a huge controversy. I think if there's anything you should and shouldn't do, you might not want to start kicking the people who do actually have the skins. Let's leave this lobby. Let's go to the Steam inventory. And that's the safe I have. This is everything I can get. I can't open it though. Now I have to go in the marketplace, spend $10.50 or $2.50 for a drill. So this is something like oh, it's the highest tier of tiers. Is the Deagle on this list? No. So if there's anything, probably don't kick the players that have it. I mean, you can be against it, you can say that you're against it, and you can say like this is why it's bad. But dividing the player base of any game is never really a good move for the longevity of the game. It's not dead yet, so don't try to make it dead. Don't try to kill it yourself. See you guys next time.